What's up, YouTube? So today we're going to be going over updates 3.4 and 3.5 for the Warzone Season 4 Community Pack for the Cronus Zen. Let's jump right into these change logs. So first up we have here is version 3.4. It says they've added a new vehicle mode mod. The OLED display will display the vehicle mode text when turned on. Vehicle mode will temporarily disable aim assist, anti-recoil, and auto ping for better vehicle control. And to get into vehicle mode, we hold view or touchpad and press X or square. And it's the same to get out of vehicle mode. One thing I wanted to note on this is it looks like they're going to be reverting to an earlier version of vehicle mode, the exit part of it. So right now with this live update, you hold your view touchpad and press X or square to enter vehicle mode, and you do the same to exit vehicle mode. So what they're talking about reverting to is when you're already in vehicle mode, you just press X or square to exit, which is your get out of the vehicle button, right? So right when you get out of the vehicle, it just pops all of your mods back on. You exit vehicle mode and you're right back and good to go, rather than having to add that extra view / touchpad input. So they're talking about adding that coming up soon. Next up, they've added a rapid fire rapid fire weapon profile to the available choices in the weapon list. It says here, when rapid fire is selected as the weapon in the profile, rapid fire will be enabled as soon as you select the profile with rapid fire. So basically they added a rapid fire weapon profile. It's good for like a ground loot loadout, right? You have a regular fire and a rapid fire. Have your rapid fire on your pistol so that you can rapidly fire right away. You don't have to worry about anything else getting in the way there. You don't have to have a different weapon set up. So it's just a kind of a quality life addition there. They also changed the regular fire. So it's before the regular fire was affected by the rapid fire mod. That's no longer the case. What that was doing before is if you had the rapid fire mod enabled and you had the regular fire weapon profile on, it would activate rapid fire, and that's obviously not something you want to do because that's meant for a fully automatic gun, and when you mix the two you don't get great results. So that no longer triggers the rapid fire mod, which is great. So you can have a regular fire, rapid fire, ground loot profile set up just for dropping in, and that's probably the way most people will go with that. This last part here says is about the change of the anti-recoil adjustments. We're going to skip this part in 3.4 just because they changed it in 3.5. So let's pull up the 3.5 notes here. So they optimized hybrid anti-recoil, and that's a big thing for this, and we'll talk about that here in a second. And then they also added a how to set up anti-recoil hybrid to the game pack manual. As always, the game pack manual is linked in the description below, so definitely encourage you all to read that. So if you don't know what hybrid anti-recoil is, in most game packs, when you fire your weapon, they turn aim assist off. This pack with hybrid anti-recoil system, they made it to where when we fire a weapon, they keep aim assist on, and that's really what makes this so sticky when you're shooting it. If it's set up perfectly, it's a very sticky aim assist, and this is why, because you get your anti-recoil and your aim assist at the same time. And the big news with this update is that we can now tune our weapons with the hybrid anti-recoil option selected against the wall. So previously we had to do this against a live player. This makes tuning for the hybrid anti-recoil system so much easier, and if tuned correctly, like I said, it's just incredibly sticky. So let's head over to Plunder and test some of these changes, and we'll also go into how to set up your loadout, and we'll even tune a gun just to see what it looks like. Okay, so here we are in Zen Studio. I'm going to give you my personal recommendation on the aim assist ADS strength and ADS step. And that basically is that I don't use them. I set both of them to a 1, and the reason is that it only provides aim assist, which is the screen shaking effect, when you're aiming down your sights. And I personally don't see the need for extra aim assist when I'm just looking around. Now, this may help some for a bit more tracking, but in my personal opinion, for me, it's not really worth it. It may be different for you. Play with it, see if you like it. But the real meat and potatoes here is the aim assist fire strength and fire step. Okay, so these settings will also affect your anti-recoil, so it's really important to start with manageable numbers and then tune to your liking. Although I will say the starting point that we're going to go over right now is what most people end up staying with because it just works so well. So to get your starting point for your fire strength, which is right here, we're going to take our dead zone and then add 5 to it. Okay, so my dead zone's a 1. I added 5 to it and I got the 6 number here. If your dead zone's a 3, you're going to add 5 to it. You're going to come up with an 8. That's what you're going to set your aim assist fire strength to. Down here you have your aim assist fire step. For this one, you're going to take your dead zone and you're going to add 2 to it. Now, again, mine's a 1. It's technically a 0, but 1 is the lowest number they have in here. So I set mine at a 2. 2 works really well for me. If yours is a 3, probably go up to a 5 here. And that's how you're going to want to start off your settings for your hybrid aim assist. And keep in mind, these settings are only if you use the hybrid anti-recoil system. If you're using the standard anti-recoil system, none of this matters because you don't get aim assist while you're firing, right? So that's the recommendations for your aim assist settings. All right, so now that we're back into Plunder, let's talk about another really critical aspect of your anti-recoil, and that's your dead zone. It's so critical to have the correct dead zone for your anti-recoil to be easy to set up and steady to use. So your dead zone should be calibrated with your Zen either bypassed or completely off. To do this, you just jump into a game like this, go into your in-game settings, set your dead zone to 0. If you don't see any cursor movement, any crosshair movement, if it's just completely still like mine is, then you have a 0 dead zone. If it moves at all, you're going to want to increase that number until that crosshair stops moving on its own with no input from you. So it's just flat and steady. Whatever that number ends up being, that's your dead zone. And like I'm saying, it's so important to have that dead zone, a real number that that is accurate to what your controller is giving you. Okay, so to show you how easy it is to set up, I have my fire here, and as you can see, we're at a 0, 0 for both of my X and my Y value. Okay, we're gonna tune at this wall. We're gonna go 25 meters is basically what I usually tune at for my mid to long range guns. And the first thing you'll see here is that our adjustment levels used to be from a negative 100 to a positive 100. Now it's from a negative 200 to a positive 200, and this allows for more adjustment and finer tuning for all platforms and inputs. So it's just really good. So let's set up this FARA and see how easy it is. And keep in mind, these settings that we're going to see right now are for my specific settings. Your sensitivity and dead zone and your specific aim assist settings, like we talk about, all of that heavily influences your numbers, so they're going to be a little bit different. So for me here, let's go ahead and get going. So I have some upward kick. I noticed right away, I'm already in the menu. So I'm gonna adjust my Y up a little bit. Let's go 3 points. I mean, that's pretty good already. We're going a little bit right. Maybe we go a couple negative. I mean, I'm really happy with that. I mean, that's going to be a laser beam right there with the aim assist settings that we have, our hybrid aim assist and our hybrid anti-recoil. That's going to be perfect. I mean, and you saw that was 2 adjustments. Didn't even have to use an ammo box. Very quick adjusting now with this pack. It's just really, really quick, really accurate. So let's take this gun with these settings, the new hybrid, jump into a game of Plunder and see what we could do. And that's it for the patch notes. Here's some gameplay of this new super sticky update, and keep in mind everything that we talked about today was pretty much pertaining to the hybrid anti-recoil, which we highlighted because it really is the strength of this pack. And as always, thank you all for the amazing support. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or join our Discord, which will be linked in the description. If you've learned anything new today, please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing. With the new system live now, I'm going to start putting out some weapon guides and values and things like that. So make sure you have your notifications turned on so you don't miss those. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.
Enemy soldier coming.
Oh my god.
Overhead. Hostile dropping into the air. Watch the sky.